Hello everybody, this is Gustavo Exam Coach. Today we're going to see another set of practice questions about conjunctions. Let's begin. We're going to complete sentences, choosing the word or phrase that best completes the sentence among the four alternatives A through D. So at the beginning of each of these slides, you can pause the video so you can try to complete the questions on your own. And then you can proceed, can resume the video so that you can see the correct answer choices and their explanations. Question 1. Combustion produces blank heat. We have a subject here, and the word combustion is our subject. We have a conjugated verb, so clearly we have an independent clause here, and then we are supposed to expect sort of direct object for this conjugated verb. And we analyze the options. Produces and light of. Well, actually, if we're using and, what should follow and should be a parallel structure to produces, but light is no verb, so this is not correct. If we say produces both light and heat, then we have a double direct object, light and heat, connected together with our conjunction both X and Y, which we can use to put together parallel structures. In this case, two nouns, light and heat. This is the correct answer choice. Number 2 or option B. Let's keep going. Number 2. 2/3 of the land in Australia is either semi-arid, yada yada. Let's evaluate the answer choices one at a time. 2/3 of the land in Australia is either semi-arid, but here we can spot the presence of this conjunction, which demands its pair, right? Either X or Y. We're supposed to expect this kind of correlative conjunction in two parts. So we have either semi-arid, which is an adjective here, and so we're supposed to look for one answer choice that has or and another adjective. Let's see the options. C is the correct one, or desert. 2/3 of the land in Australia is either semi-arid or desert. All right, correct answer choice C. Let's continue with question 3. You can pause the video here and try on your own. All right, number 3. Birds not only bring song, color, and activity to a garden, yada yada, are vitally needed by plants. We know that this is part of a correlative or paired conjunction, not only X, but also Y, where X and Y should be parallel structures, nouns, phrases, or even clauses. So let's take a look what this X represents in this sentence. We have bring, song, color, and activity to a garden. So we see that what we have here is a verb phrase because the main word, the beginning word is bring. So if this is a verb phrase, right, then Y is expected to be another verb phrase to keep the parallelism in this construction. So let's take a look. We are looking for something that has this look, but also and a verb phrase. We have but also. Yeah, but also is correct. And then what follows but also is are vitally needed by plants. Here's another verb phrase. You can see the verb are. So the correct answer choice, but also option A. Let's try number 4. Some economists call for a return to the gold standard, comma. So what does this comma mean here? We have some economists, a subject, call for conjugated verb, and then we have a comma, right? So this is the end of some independent clause. What is supposed to follow an independent clause? An independent clause could be followed by a semicolon and another independent clause, or could be followed by a subordinate clause, or it could be followed by conjunctive adverb after a semicolon, then a comma, then another independent clause. Okay, let's see which of the alternatives can match any of 3 of the options here, right? It says, yada, yada, others urge a more broadly based standard. We're have here, we can identify the subject, the conjugated verb. So this is another independent or another clause in general. So let's see, we have a semicolon, no semicolon, right? Here, another possibility is we have a comma, coordinating conjunction, and second independent clause. This is the first choice, actually. There's no comma, there's comma here, so it's possible, right? It's possible, coordinating conjunction. Now, in fact, no coordinating conjunction, no, nor, okay, nor, it's possible, but take a look. What is this nor used for? If you have independent clause 1, comma, plus nor, plus an independent clause 2, both need to be two negative ideas put together. But some economists call is no negative idea, neither is others urge. They are two affirmative statements. So, nor is not good for this sentence. How about while? Okay, while others urge a more broadly based standard means we have the correct choice here, an independent clause followed by a subordinate clause, starting with while. So, this is the best one. Let's try number 5. Here again, you can pause the video, try to solve these questions on your own. All right, let's see number 5. It says, yada yada, right? Mother Teresa and Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize. Double subject and the conjugated verb. This all is supposed to be the subject, conjugated verb. We have an independent clause. But what is supposed to accompany this word and? The only possibility is that we have the structure both X and Y as a correlative conjunction to express addition of the two subjects. Yeah, we mean it's equally important the fact that these two persons won the Nobel Peace Prize. Either cannot match and, as cannot match and, both can match and, this here. So this is the best one. Right? Remember that if we say as is a subordinator, so putting as before this clause, which in itself could be a complete clause, right? But placing as just in front of Mother Teresa would make this a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause on its own cannot stand as a complete sentence. It would need an extra clause, which is not present here. So this is not a correct answer choice. The best one is both. All right, same happened with besides here, right? These two make a subordinate clause by being placed in front of an independent clause. Number 6, the expression in dance arises from the physical experience. So we have here what looks like independent clause finished with a semicolon, then says blank. Mental preparation is equally important. Now, the syntax of conjunctive adverbs, which they go after a semicolon and then before a comma, we are kind of expecting a conjunctive adverb here. And mental preparation is equally important would be an independent clause too, right? So the two independent clauses can be put together by means of a conjunctive adverb or an adverb transition. So it's not such a construction. So it's a coordinating conjunction and however is a conjunctive adverb. This is a possibility. For instance, is another. Okay, these are two potentials. While is not a conjunctive adverb, doesn't match the syntax of this construction. So we need to decide between however and for instance. But take a look. However is used to make a contrast between two ideas, while for instance is used to exemplify one previously stated idea. So the expression in dance arises from the physical experience. Notice how one of the clauses deals with physical experience, physical preparation, while the other deals with mental preparation, two aspects that we can contrast, right? Because of this, however, is the best answer choice, because it states that it's true that physical experience is very important for expression in dance, but it's not the only factor that matters. Mental preparation also counts. So we decide for however as the correct answer choice. Number 7, we have blank, then Millard Fillmore nor Franklin Pierce is a well-known ex-president. Noticing that the conjugated verb in this clause is singular, and we have Millard Fillmore nor Franklin Pierce, there's only one chance that this could be a singular subject by means of using a correlative conjunction, neither nor, neither X nor Y. This kind of structure is singular if you attribute some action verb to this subject. So we need neither as a correct answer choice. You cannot pair other expressions such as not only, never. If you use nor, at the beginning you should use neither. Let's continue, let's keep going. Number 8 through 10. You can pause here, try the questions on your own, and come back. All right, number 8. Columbia University includes schools of journalism, mining, and international affairs, comma, yada yada, a geological laboratory. So we can see that these 4 items, journalism, mining, international affairs, even a geological laboratory, form a list, right, of varieties or categories of different schools in some university. But when we list items, we can use commas to list the first items, and then we can also use and to separate the last or penultimate item. And if we use and to indicate the penultimate item in a list, we need to use as well as to indicate the last item in such a list. So the correct answer choice is option C, as well as. If as well as were not present, then and would mark the last item of the list. Number 9. Along the California coast, the chaparral shrubs are yada yada, hot fires burn the area every few decades. You can see that at the beginning we have a prepositional phrase, along the California coast. Okay, this is some modifier. Okay, some situation, some placement of the action. The chaparral shrubs, this is the subject. Are is the conjugated verb. And then hot fires burn the area every few decades. We have another subject and conjugated verb. So clearly we have 2 clauses here, and the relationship must be either we have 2 independent clauses or 1 independent clause and a subordinate clause. It says, are in fact dry, hot fires, we cannot connect in this way 2 independent clauses. But if we say are so dry that, yeah, this structure here can be placed as a subordinator for the clause that follows, establishing consequence of the action described in the first clause. Along the California coast, the chaparral shrubs are so dry that hot fires burn the area every few decades. The first clause expresses an idea, which is the cause or the reason for the consequence stated in the second clause. Number 10. 5,000 years ago, a new kind of civilization emerged, based not on superior agricultural lands, yada yada, superior location for trade. Okay, we have 1 independent clause at the beginning, finishing on a comma. We have a new kind of civilization. This is our subject, right? And then emerged conjugated verb. Then we have a participial phrase starting with this verb based. But the verb based is usually used in this structure, right? It's based on or based upon something, right? That's the way we use this verb. Something is based on something else. So we say based not on superior agricultural lands, superior location for trade. It looks like we're trying to contrast the fact that a new kind of civilization emerged was based not on factor X. Actually, it was based on another factor B. How do we express that? That relative conjunction that we use to express inclusion and exclusion is not X, but Y, okay? And notice that the 2 structures here that are being joined with this correlative conjunction need to be parallel. What kind of structure do we have for X? The first of the structures being joined is, you can see here, a phrase. What kind of phrase? Notice, not on superior agricultural lands. What is that? It's a prepositional phrase. So here our X is a prepositional phrase. And Y, the other structure, is supposed to be exactly the same grammar type of structure. So we would have another prepositional phrase. And we also need the second part of our correlative conjunction, but. So let's just focus on but. But on superior location for trade, this would make a perfect match. Based not on something, but on something else. 2 prepositional phrases, starting with a preposition on, being joined together by this correlative conjunction. This is our correct answer choice. We don't need to evaluate any further. Notice that but also wouldn't be a match here because we don't use but also with not. We use but also with not only. But in this case, it's just not but, which also has another purpose. But also is for addition. But on, when we use it after not X but Y, is to exclude one item, include something else. All right, so this is it, the end of this second set of exercises. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see yet a third practice set for conjunctions in a next incoming video. See you on the next video.